everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. In today's video, we are going to talk about some tips that I have from starting your massage career, from enrolling in school until you get your license. First things first, before you enroll in a school, especially if you have a disability, I would tour a few different schools and talk to as many people at that school as you can about accommodations and different things like that, and just get what the general vibe is about getting assistance as someone with a disability, and because the administration might say one thing, but sometimes it really comes down to the instructor at the trade schools to depend on how much help you really get. So I would also try to speak with the instructor, if at all possible, to make sure that they understand what your accommodations are and things like that before you enroll in the class and things like that, and make sure that they're going to be the instructor when you enroll, or if there's going to be a new instructor. I just say that because of a situation I got into, but that all worked out in the end, but it was just interesting. And then once you pick out which school you want to go to, you want to contact your rehabilitation services in your state, or your commission. Every state calls it something different. Basically, the services that help someone with a disability go through school or different things like that. If you have a case with them, and tell them that you want to go to massage therapy school, and if they can help you pay, tell them the name of the school and different things like that. You do need to make sure that they are a vendor with your state's rehab services. That is a good question that I forgot to mention a minute ago, is making sure that they are already a vendor with rehab services, because that's really complicated to get set up if they are not. Yeah, it's really complicated if they are not a vendor with rehab services.
Video button. Speech off.
To get that situated. So it's best if they already are, but if not, they should be able to get that set up relatively easily. And then also, before you commit, you need to make sure you can get all of your textbooks in accessible format before you start classes, and then you can get everything situated with rehab services in your school and get your start date. So once you get a class date and you're in class, just ask for whatever accommodations that you need. Like some of the accommodations that I had was, I think I had extended time on tests, that making sure I could get things in electronic format, and if possible, or if not possible, the instructor had to read aloud to me the test, different things like that. And then just ask for what you need help with in the classroom. But some of the things you do go over in massage therapy school are a little bit visual. So don't be afraid to be like, hey, when we do demos, can you work on me so I can know what's going on since I can't see? If that's what helps, if you're blind, or when you partner up with someone to learn about a new technique, can you, if you need it, can you be like, hey, can you work on me first so I can make sure I understand the technique before I have to do it on you? Those were the kinds of things I asked for in the classroom and during our anatomy and physiology classes. There was a atlas from American Printing House that I still have, called the I forget what it's called, but I'm going to do a video that's dedicated just to that because I've had a lot of blind people ask me about it who are also interested in massage therapy. So it's like a tactile anatomy atlas that has a whole bunch of pictures of muscles, bones, organ systems that was really helpful for studying for the massage and bodywork licensing exam and for just in class when they were talking about certain things, being able to flip to it or different things like that. And then we also had a full-sized skeleton that helped a lot because they were able to show me on the full-size skeleton where things were and different things like that. And so that helped. And for certain assignments we were able to get on the massage table and palpate and locate things on each other and use Play-Doh to like trace out the muscle depending on where it was. So there's definitely different things like that to help with that, and different things like that. And so that's are some tips that I have for while you're in school. And while you're in school, just make sure you're in class as much as humanly possible, because I know my state has a 80% attendance rule to where you have to be in class 80 or is it 90? Excuse me, 80 or 90% of the time to be able to get your license, because there's a certain amount of hours that you have to be able to get. Like we had to be able to get 500 credit hours or 500 clock hours to be able to get our license here in Louisiana. And I believe that our program was close to an 800 clock hour program. So we had to get the 500 hours to be able to still get our license. And so definitely pay attention to that in your state, whatever your clock hours are that you're required to get for your license, and make sure you're following the guidelines for that, because it is a big commitment. And if you don't meet those hour requirements, you definitely won't get it. And make sure your background check is clear, because that's important too. Just make sure you meet your this is just another like an outside of school general tip. Just make sure you meet your state's requirements to become a therapist before you turn in the application. to become a therapist. But to be able to become a therapist, after you finish school, you have to take the massage and bodywork licensing exam. And some tips that I have for that is definitely study from the anatomy, the Tactile Anatomy Atlas. If you're blind, it helps a lot. And then if you get what's the name of that book? I can't remember the name of the actual book, but any of the books from Books of Discovery is the name of the company. Definitely use like the audio files if you're blind. Like, use the resources on their website that coincide with the book. They're helpful. And just find whatever works for you. My teacher made Kahoots that went with different chapters that we went over, and those helped me a lot. One thing that, if you're a hands-on learner like I am, when I finished school or even during school, I applied for a tech job at a chiropractor's office. Depending on your school schedule and also your life schedule, you can do this. But whenever I was done with school, I applied as a chiropractic assistant. Some places call it a tech at a chiropractor's office about 5 minutes from my house, just extremely part-time, to help me get some more hands-on skills and get some experience, because I knew I wanted to work in a chiropractor's office or a physical therapist's office, something in the medical kind of specter of massage therapy. So that helped me kind of understand the anatomy and physiology and the kind of the client ethics, like working with clients and different things like that. So it was kind of a real world way to practice some of these subject areas. And then I believe everyone should at least become a student member while you're in school of the American Massage Therapy Association, AMTA, because they also give you access to an app. If I remember, I'll link it in the description, but if you search it up if you just type in AMTA on the App Store or Google Play, it'll pull it up. It's basically an app where you can do practice NBLEX questions, and that really contributed to helping me pass. As well, then once you pass the NBLEX, the Massage and Bodywork Licensing exam, you have to, every state's different, but you have to basically apply for your license. I know here in Louisiana, I had to turn in, I had to go on the website, get the application, then I had to fill the application, which basically was just asked if I had ever had any felonies, if I had ever been denied a professional license in the past, because I just want to make sure you don't have any type of negative record. And then they ask for your personal information and different things like that. And then you do have to go get background checked and fingerprinted, and you have to mail proof of that you got that in with your application. And you also have to give them like a picture of you, your educational like an official educational transcript, and then like there's like a processing fee that you have to pay for. And so, yeah, that was how it worked in Louisiana. I don't know how it works in all of the other states, but then, so I'm then mailed off the application to our state board, and then they emailed me once they approved it and said, hey, we have approved your license. Then I had to go online and basically, like, if you know where you're going to work, you basically have to go online. You have to pay your official licensing fee, and then basically fill out this form that says, this is where I'm working, this is where I'm living, da 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 da, because they like to know where you're going to work and things like that, just in case they need to come check up on you if there's a complaint, or they like to just be able to come check up on you for different things. Yep, so you have to keep where you're living up to date and everything like that, and where you're working, just so they know if they need to come check up on you. And also, I think they like to have a list of therapists for the public, so just different things like that. And then once they'll send you an email with letting you know that has been approved, and then you can go online and get your license, print out your license and get your license number, and then you can start scheduling and seeing clients. I am going to post, this is probably my long video for the week, but I am going to post a video about the Anatomy Tactile Atlas for people who are interested this week, and also just anything else I think of. But I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And sorry if this video is kind of jumpy. I just recorded things as I had time, like different explanations and things like that. So see y'all next time.
Speech off. Speech on. Record video. Viewfinder.